My name is Ravda, and I'm one of the co-founders of this gaming startup, Game Ventures. Game Ventures makes sports games, multiplayer sports games that are played in the browser, and that is especially significant because, this is the first time that we have had fully featured, action-packed sports games that are both multiplayer, right? They can be installed in less than 1 minute, and you can get them started playing immediately. More importantly, you can play it anywhere. The same team, the same experience stays with you. And so this is really the first time that anybody has ever attempted that. So the first product that we made was this game, How's That Cricket? And How's That Cricket was again the first cricket game that was as good as game that you would get in the year 2000 on the PlayStation, except that you could download it in 1 minute and get started playing immediately. That was revolutionary at that time, right? Because it was just this experience where I was sitting in the US and I was able to play with my brother and who was sitting in Pakistan. And all it really took was something that was as simple as Skype, for example. And that was interesting. And that is exactly the potential that we're trying to exploit. So when How's That did release, it did get a lot of great reviews from around the community. And we did get a very fervent user base, right? And we have all these great rivalries going on between India and Pakistan and England and Australia. And that is all happening all within the world of How's That. So now we are gearing up for the launch of the second game, How's That 2.0, right? And with this, we're really coming close to what really our mission was, that we were trying to make games that were very simple to understand, very clearly communicated, and games that you could get started playing immediately, and games that you will play with your friends. And this new version of How's That, we have learned a lot from what our users have told us, and so we have come in with much better graphics, new and improved gameplay, and something that is visually much more compelling. And we are definitely very hopeful that it's going to do well with the users. So the next version of How's That is going to be actually all over. We are going to be having the game on Facebook. It's also going to be on a lot of other websites, including websites that you frequent quite a lot every day. And what we have really tried to do is that we have tried to provide a place where cricket fans from all across the world can come together and play a great game and still just talk to each other about cricket, right? And so that being the case, so anyways, how we started up as a company. So back the idea for the company really came up in March 2009. At that time, we had just taken over the gaming assets of Peanut Labs, and the gaming assets were basically this social network called Zuka, right, which had 3 or 4 games on it, right. At that time, the vision was that we are going to be making these multiplayer sports games, and that was a great idea. And so we managed to get a team of 9 together in Singapore, and we raised financing from various investors over there, and started working on the game. 6 months later, when the game came out, we raised more financing at that time, and we got really connected investors from all across the region involved with the company, and that has helped us quite a lot, even till today. But anyway, so the game, we released it in December 2009, right? And this was the first version of the game. At that time, we really did raise a lot of interest in the community. Our approach to hiring people has been very interesting, right? In that, when we started out in Singapore, the funny bit is that none of us really knew how to make games, and yet there was this passion that we are going to do a cricket game. And so the kind of people that we got together were people who were right out of college, right? 5 of the 8 people in the founding team were right out of college, and there were only really 3 people who had prior experience of working. And so basically the approach that we took was that you get trained as you just learn doing things, and that has been the focus of the company ever since we have started. That you start doing things immediately, and you'll be given mentors, and that is exactly how you're going to learn. So initially our company had Koreans, Indians, Malaysians, and even though the whole founding team was Pakistani, over time we opened up a Karachi office in January last year in 2010, and that's when we really started hiring the team. So the way our recruiting approach really differs from I think other companies in the market again is that we do not obsess too much over qualifications. Right, that's the most important thing. For example, we have really great assets in our team, who have only had a high school background, but they were really talented. And that is something that we really try to find, talent and hunger. And we know that once it's combined with dedication, you will get a very good product, you will get a good team. We started out as a team of about 8 people, but we have grown now to about 40 people, who are based in 3 offices in Singapore, Karachi and Turkey. Singapore is our headquarters and Karachi is our biggest development facility right now, development studio right now. So right now most of the product development, the art, the execution, the concept all happens in Pakistan. Right, but then we do business development and customer development out of Singapore, right, and then we have marketing presence in Turkey, right, and that is really and we are there both for reasons of where this is where our people are or where our products are popular, right. Zuka, for example, a lot of the revenue that we make as Game Ventures actually originates from Turkey. Right, and so we had also decided to have a marketing presence in Turkey at that time too. Right, so for example, so we that enables you to buy goods in the game, right? The currency enables you to buy in the game. For example, if you are playing house at, right, and you want to make sure that your batsman gets more powerful, right? So we will provide you with all this equipment that you can use. With some currency you can buy this bat that can make your batsman more powerful, and that will help you do better in the game. For example, we'll say that hey, you can play for 30 minutes in one session for free, but if you want to play more, then you will pay money for that too. The other ways too, for example, there's this really cool badge out there that everybody wants to get, right? But that will not be available necessarily. Either it will be really hard to get, or it will be something that you can pay for and work towards it too, right? So that's the whole idea, that the game itself creates these points of needs for the user, things that they really need, and then they can use the cash to buy those goods. On Facebook, when you are trying to buy virtual currency in anywhere, right? Whether you are in Pakistan, US, there are many ways in which you can get paid, right? For example, when I am playing Farmville, right? If I want to buy any farm cash, I can get paid by credit cards. I can pay through mobile phones, right? I can pay by PayPal, right? Those 3 things are all there. But then there were a couple of other innovations that Facebook also brought in. For example, that you are a student and you don't have money to spend at all. You can actually fill out a survey, right? And once you fill out that survey, we get paid for that survey too. Right. Similarly, you can do an offer. For example, I could say that if I buy a bag at Jafferji's, right, I will get $5 to play in this game, right? And that was a very compelling model at that time. So you can imagine that this would have massive implications for the way advertising is done in the future too. That you could say that, hey, here's this precious item that is available in the game, right? The way you will get this precious item is by watching my ad, right? Watching my ad, or just doing something for me that requires 1 or 2 minutes, right? You can fill out a survey, watch an ad, do something for me, and I'll give you this good in the game. That was one of the things that was being explored at that time on Facebook quite a lot, and that was something that really intrigued me too. So what it has done is that when we want to get paid by users online, they can pay us anyway, in any way possible. Earlier I had to go to a store and buy the DVD. Now I can pay from my mobile phone, I can pay from my credit card, I can pay by many means. And if I don't even have money to pay, I can go to any store, I can get a prepaid card, and I can use that prepaid card within the game.